ever cared to ask, and good for you. Hey everyone, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez. I am coming at you today with a VeVe, OMI, Definity, everything update video. Guys, if you're new, welcome. For not, welcome back. I love you all. Thoroughly enjoying that Olivia Rodrigo. Gotta love her songs. Got it. Every now and then when I put on like a 300 song playlist, it's like the same 5 songs I always get on there over and over. Olivia Rodrigo's always on there. Anyway, there's quite a bit to go over today. I've had podcasts a lot, or people on and guests over the last several days, so I haven't really gone over a bunch of the news separately as I normally would. And I know, well, Chavez, why not just do 2 streams? You know what? My voice gets a little tired. My throat gets a little tired, so excuse me. Anyway, let's get this spread. We'll start off with the OMI and see why are we down like 20 something percent? Might even be more than that, because we had up to I think 0007 a couple times. So it's almost like 25%. Yeah, we had a couple of times. We had that double top over there at that 0007. We have been down in the 5s all day. I don't think we've gone below that. But typically you don't really run up 100% without having a little bit of a pullback. So that's likely one of the reasons why. Also, Bitcoin was down to like 90 something. Let's go over see where that is. It seems like OMI's actually following Bitcoin. I don't know how. I don't know why. I mean, we are on a couple new exchanges, but I don't think the volume of those exchanges really mean anything. But I think it just happens to be moving with it now. Again, just the last couple of days. Yeah, Bitcoin was down to like 90, 94. Then it was up to like almost 104 the other day on the 5th, and then previously down to 94.5 again. Where does it go? I don't know. There's been Ethereum passed over 4K the other day. Now it's down to 36. Even today, Dogecoin down 7%, Lido Stake down 4. So why is this happening? There's a couple of reasons. And then you have somebody named Andre Edson Hertz Cristobal over on the Facebook saying, I think I'm gonna FOMO back at least with the profits I took. What are y'all doing with OMI? Like he had some OMI, took some profits, and then he happened to go and say, like, I'm gonna FOMO back in. Part of the reason why a lot of stuff went down the last couple of days is because Willow, the new state-of-the-art quantum computing chip with a breakthrough that can reduce errors exponentially as we scale up using more qubits, cracking a 30-year challenge in the field. In benchmark tests, Willow solved the standard computation in less than 5 minutes that would take a supercomputer like a ton of years to do. So this is really interesting. So a lot of people are saying, oh, if it can do that, our passwords are useless, our keys are useless. It's just it doesn't matter. And okay, fair point. If that was open to the public and everyone's nefarious about that. Granted, this is Google, and granted, this is, if anyone's going to get this technology, they're not going to look it up for your wallets that have a couple $100,000 in it. They're going to go in and they're going to try to, in my opinion, if I were this type of person, or if I was this type of person that worked in the field to try to prevent that type of person, maybe counter-terrorists, whatever, they would be looking for much more interesting things. Nuclear codes, hacking DNA, making a weaponized plane and a vaccine to match, anything like that. So I feel like people just had this knee-jerk reaction. I'm like, okay, well, my bags. On top of that, I'll go over this now just because it's related. It lends credence to the notion that quantum computation occurs in many parallel universes, in line with the idea that we live in a multiverse prediction made by David Deutsch. Interesting that the same computer chip that gave us this is also kind of soft confirming parallel universes. It also cracked the code. No, this is different. There's a guy that was from NVIDIA, spent a couple of $1 million of his own money finding the largest prime number. The previous largest prime number was found like X amount of years ago. It had like 20 million digits. Now the next largest prime number has like 40 million digits, which is bananas. What's the next prime number that's going to be found? I don't know. But anyway, just heckin' wild. So that's part of the other reason why crypto and Bitcoin have gone down just in general. And Flow is not even in the top 100 anymore. Flow is like number 78 the other day. And then Flow just was like $1.20 something. And then it was almost $1.30. It was like $1.28. Went way down to like 81 cents. And then today, now it's up to 88, but damn, like that's that is a wild swing. That is like a 50% swing in like 6 days, which for crypto, I think that's fairly normal. And again, over the last month, we're still up 50%. Like it's still, and even the last 3 months, we had gone down to like 48 cents. So we're still up like almost like double of where we were, but it's still just wild swings. Anyway, the OMI token, like I said, I think the volume is down today too. Volume's down to like 1.3 million. We were up to like 8-9 million the other day. So a lot of stuff just kind of leaving it. And then Definity has had some outliers here. Obviously, not everything goes down at once, but Definity up 4.5% to 5.2 cents. It was 5.3, 5.4. And then I think Devi is another thing has been not affected by this market at all. Devi's up 14% today to 62 cents. It's done a 4x in the last like 3 months. Yeah, like literally, so we were down to 13.8 cents, almost 14 cents. So like it's up 4x in 3 months. So Devi does not care about the greater market. They're doing a lot of building. They're doing a lot of stuff. You know what happens if other people pick them up? Obviously, you have other people building on them, but yeah, very excited for them. They're go Devi. They're going great. You go, Glen Coco. Should I go on for Saturday? No. All right, no. I'm gonna keep going here with some of this news. What did I title this freaking thing? VeVe Grails rise. We'll go to that in a minute. OMI and Pokémon speculation. We'll definitely go through that. So the flower bomber. I took a picture of this the other day because I was like, okay, what other things that are similar to David Yu, that are similar to Partner Statue, like around that price range? And the flower bomber was $24.99, and now it is like 5K. Flower bomber. I'll take a look at it now to see if anyone has. All right, Eddie Riso up to 15K. That Batman, but the flower bomber had some wicked movement, and it involved somebody buying it. I forget which number it was, but they bought that $2,500 one, and now you could get it for 4,400 and then 45. So there's still two like available that are like can still be bought. I don't think anyone buys it for $11,000. So at least not now, not on the restrictions we have that we're talking about. Like, so one day you'll be able to go in and take your Ethereum, put it to Stacker, convert it to OMI, and then buy these things. But right now, it's just, I don't even know if that's one of the things that can be bought over on Stacker. The amount of new licenses that'll be available on that, I think, are going to be pretty great. Has anyone confirmed yet publicly? No, so we really have no idea, but it seems that that's the way it'll go. When does this happen? I don't know. I mean, you could have two different things. It could be done, they could roll it out, or they could say like, hey guys, based on, these certain variables, we're going to launch in 1 month from today, whenever they announce it. And let's say they would be ready to roll it out in like 2 weeks, but they give themselves that extra 2-week buffer just in case. So we'll see. I'm not sure where that goes, when they'll announce certain things, how they'll roll it out, but I'm waiting. We're under the tree, planning it all along. Okay. Be clear, base. Okay, so people talking about base community. I guess we'll go out to a couple of people here. Shout out to Crappy Bird. Crappy contract address link down below. They're sponsoring the channel. They already have utility out for that token. We'll do some giveaways later in the stream where I'll give away some Crappy token, and then you can play that game. The game kind of just goes like how it goes, and then you just bet on how far you think that bird's going to fly. It's on base, so the transaction fees are pretty minimal. I thoroughly enjoy it. It's already, again, has a little bit of utility. And then there's Moon. Moon is also on base, and Moon, again, shout out to them for sponsoring the channel. It's just that interesting story where the guy's a writer, and he's writing this story of this character called Rex Starwalker. He's a human X amount of years in the future, where humanity's spacefaring civilization, and he has these credits, and these credits, they're called Moon credits. It's the same, again, contract address down below, and it's wild. Every time he spends some credits in the story, he takes those credits, and this character has 30% of the supply, and all of that's going to be burned at some point because he's using that in the story. So those are locked up. Then you have 40% in the liquidity pool. I have like $600 worth of these Moon credits, so I don't have like a ton. Same thing with Crappy. I don't have a ton. It's just you're gonna sponsor channel, like, okay, I'll get some, I'll take some, and then if they go crazy, like there's a couple of things that have gone crazy. And again, you could have something like Crappy Bird that already has a game. You could have something like Moon Credits that already has like utility for it. You already have a big burn. And then something comes along like Luigi. I can only imagine Nintendo's surprise when Nintendo says, hey, look at these Google trends. There's a lot of people typing in Luigi. Is it like an anniversary? Is it Year of Luigi Part 2? What are we doing here? And then they realize it's about that dude that unalived that CEO. And now, granted, it's down 60% today. But even though Luigi is down 60%, it's still at a $21 million market cap. Guys, I do not have any Luigi. It's just things in crypto don't make sense. Things in crypto are just, I mean, at this point, if it's down this much, might as well buy it, right? They don't make sense. This is just a pump fund. This is just I mean, this could be a rug pull for all I know. They could have already pulled the plug. They could have already rugged us. Like, we have no idea. I mean, I have no idea. I have no idea who's making this, but you could have anything with meme coins, and it could go nuts. So yeah, where was I? West VeVe. He comes on every now and then, and he comments on the channel. He's a member. And you want to be a member? Link down below. He says things OMI needs in 2025: big exchanges, OMI to NFT for all IP, the CEO to start talking about OMI, big YouTubers to start talking about OMI, OMI in the VeVeverse, VeVe drops only using OMI, billions of OMI burned, and then Pokemon and Nintendo. And then Foster Hill goes on and he says, like, don't mind me, just passing by. I think Foster's just dropping a little tease there, saying like, hey, we're working on a bunch of, they could actually be working on all of these things. Whether all of these things happen or not, you have no idea. Big exchanges would definitely like to see. OMI to NFT, you're likely going to get that for most of the IP that VeVe has. To say like, oh, we're going to get all IP, or like we need all IP for us to moon. If you have Marvel and Disney, one, that's likely all you might need. And then two, that is other licenses and other IP will be like, oh, if Marvel and Disney's doing it. I would wager, I would bet money that Marvel would likely do it. And that Disney might come later. It's similar like the way we like rolled them out, right? Like we rolled out Marvel first, and then months later we rolled out Disney. Because Marvel and VeVe's relationship is so close. It is like and crazily close. But Disney might need assurance. I'm like, okay, we'll let them do it first, and then if it works out, it goes great, then we'll hop on. So even if you don't see Marvel and Disney on there, even like at first, even if it's okay, we're rolling out to this license, just because you don't see a certain license on there at first doesn't mean that they won't come eventually. Are these things that we would love to see right out the gate? Sure. Am I going to expect both of them right out the gate? Probably not. But I do think they both come eventually when they see how much money people are making, or money other licensors make. CEO to start talking about OMI. Yeah, you do have to kind of curtail that a little bit. So like, hey, how can you talk about it? What words can you say? What words should you avoid, etc. We had a super chat from Chosen saying like, Definity seems like a good project, but after watching the interviews, I'm unclear what the utility and demand is for the token and why it's needed. Oh, okay. So there's a bunch of reasons. Give me a sec here. Have Daddy Soda while I talk to y'all. Well, you have a bunch of partners, and a bunch of these partners would not have partnered with Definity unless there was a need. You have Commerce Bank, Nomura Bank, Danske Bank, Credit Agricole, CIB, CME Group, Ibanera, Kima Network, Bitline, Axion AI, CustodyX, Chainalysis, Super Oracles. Be advised, Definity is not an exchange, and nor does it take custody of either crypto or fiat. The custody of fiat is with the European Investment Bank, and the crypto custody is either self-custody on Fireblocks or via an accredited custodian such as BNY Mellon. You have a couple of reasons. One, you would have access to their anomaly detector. Their anomaly detector is something like, okay, there was a earthquake or a landslide in like Africa, and thus we're gonna have a tidal wave or tsunami or whatever in like Brazil. You know, like so you get this access to this data where it says like, hey, somebody's taking a large position in this particular crypto in this particular thing, and it's just an anomaly. Like, okay, why are they doing that? And then you can see like, okay, this is happening because of XYZ. You can plug that in there. And that is AI. And if you want to go in and have access to that, you need to hold a couple $100,000 of Definity. Or if you don't want to do that and it's like, hey, let's do it on a month-to-month basis, I think Charles Schwab has one for like 15, 16 grand. And I think that's how much Definity charges for theirs, where you have to pay partially in Definity and have like a certain amount of those tokens are burned. So that's one of the things. And they're also going to do another AMA. I'll give you other reasons. But outside of having that, again, for institutions or people that are not institutions, but they just happen to have a lot of money, people can do that for their anomaly detector. You know, works actually on AI. Manu's partnered with them. It's his company. And then you also have gaming repo, where if you want to save on fees on not swapping, but basically having somebody hold your Bitcoin while you exchange that for casino chips, and again, that's a non-taxable event. You can go in and do that, but there are fees associated with that. You can lessen those fees by holding Definity. So that's something that is another reason why you want the token. And there's other stuff as well. There's buybacks. There's burns on there as well. But those are just a couple of reasons why. Anyway, Bill Gardner, first like, thank you, far too kind. Anyway, going back to Wes's list here. Yeah, CEO started talking about OMI. I think once David's not as busy doing what he's doing, and he gets like a class from Legal Dave saying like, here's the things that you can say if you word it this way, here's things that you can't, here's things, you know, whatever. Then I think they could start talking about it more. Big YouTubers talking about OMI. The affiliate marketing program, I don't know how they're going to set it up, but if I were them, I would start with people that are already talking about VeVe and OMI. Say like, hey, we're going to test this out with you guys, and this way you guys get first crack at whatever we're rolling out, and we'll see what works, what doesn't work. And then once we decide how it works, we can go start adding more people or incentivizing more people to do so. Yeah, XYZ, and give them signing bonuses. You can say, hey, you could have a base as well. Like you could have your commissions that you can get, but we'll also give you, you know, XY, you know, we'll give you X amount of dollars just for considering our offer or signing bonus, whatever it is. So the big YouTubers talking about this might listen. If you wanted to do they could go on and they could just buy a content creation company. They can go on and they can pay hundreds of thousands of dollars to get other YouTubers to talk about this. But it can't just be like Mr. Beast talking about it. It would have, like, he was partnered with some random NFT company. I don't even think they were NFTs. Yeah, it was that thing that they had an issue with, like Marvel. Like I forget what they were. The company that Mr. Beast had like partnered with for like a month or whatever, and they weren't really NFTs. They were just like these stickers, and of course they failed. So again, Mr. Beast, what do you have to pay? Like millions of dollars for him to do it? And also Mr. Beast's been in the news. I haven't looked into that. I would like to believe that he is innocent. He's a good dude. Jimmy's a good boy. But again, I haven't looked into that. So maybe he's someone you might want to go in and not have a partnership with right now. But it would have to be, again, I'm not saying we go and get people that are in with like last time, with Logan Paul, it was Crypto or Us, it was you know, Crypto Boy, the way, whatever he is. Maybe you go on and you get some different people, but people that are in Web3, and have them say, and make sure they're real fans. Make sure they go in and like they actually like our product. They don't even need to like the product. They just need to be passionate about like, dude, this token's gonna moon. Like it'd be like, this is a paid advertisement, whatever, and then you know goes there like, I believe it'll moon for these reasons. And, those could be one-time things. They could be two-time things. Where like, hey, talk about them, you know, for a month, and you need to just have all of them together. And if everyone starts talking about it, all you need is that initial, like back in the late 2000s, you had, it was a failed experiment, or it was a failed business venture, but you had rocket ship travel. It was going to be offered to the like 1% of 1%, and rocket ship travel was just how people were going to get around from like Texas to like Florida in like minutes. It wound up not working, but after looking into it, it's like, okay, well, when is the most fuel used? It's at launch. It's to break that inertia. We're gonna need the most buy orders at once to like break through the 007, or I'm sorry, the 0007s, the 001s. Once we get back to 00s, and then we kind of, not necessarily price discovery, but once you break that initial inertia, once you break that initial from resting to from potential energy to that kinetic energy, and you go crazy, then you're not going to need as much fuel. Then you're just going to have the people that are going to hodl, and then you're going to have new people buy at those highs, and that'll be a cascading effect, that snowball. But snowball upwards. That's likely what would happen. That's what you would need. But again, I don't know what they're going to do, and maybe they have other YouTube. I don't know how they would do it. I mean, you want as many people as possible talking about it, but at what point is it not worth it? It's like, okay, we have these 5 people with 500,000 subscribers each. Does that mean you say no to the people that might have 50 or 40,000 subscribers? Is it worth it? I don't know what type of equations they're using to try to get that, but we'll see. OMI and VeVeverse, that's a given. VeVe drops only using OMI. You can only do that with your own IP. Like, I don't think Marvel is going to be cool if you'd be like, oh yeah, let's do this awesome Marvel drop. Let's say like a awesome version of like Black Widow or whatever. And then they get paid in OMI. Like, how does we pay Marvel and OMI? Is Marvel going to have that on their balance sheet? They would likely want fiat. I don't think that would work. It would work with VeVe specific IP, or let's say if I were to do a drop on there, I would take OMI. That's fine. But the company has to make some money too. Billions of OMI burned. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, they still have that 5.5 billion that they have to burn, which we have to keep reminding them. And then Pokemon and Nintendo. Okay, here's what I want to talk about. Every day, someone will ask, what do you think OMI gets to from here? Based on the news we have now, where does it go in a year? Where does it go in 2 years? Where does it go to blow off top? Nobody really knows, right? It's chaos theory. Yeah, we could solve that. We can know like the weather on February 23rd, 2065 at 11:59 a.m. in the morning, right? Like, you can't solve it. We can't solve it. Maybe someone whatever. But until that happens, it's anyone's guess. And you have some people saying like, well, I think it can get to 1 to 2 cents, kind of nearing that all-time high. Then there'll be a big sell-off, and then whatever, they'll get scared. And I think they're hecking wrong, but that's. But that's people that have kind of like felt that PTSD, like they get punched in the face. Like the people that are saying, I think it only gets to 1 to 2 cents, and they've been here a while. It's because they got punched in the face last time, and they just think again, there is recency bias, but there's also negativity bias as well, where people are only going to go in and remember the negative. Such a good story about that. Anyway, there's that, and then there's another group of people that think like that, but it's not because they've been here a while and they think that, okay, last time we hit that, now there's more tokens. They'll think that because if we're at, that's a good 20x from here, right? 20x from here is like 1 cent, because 10x is 0.005. So yeah. And people that are new will think, well, that's 20x. That's great. We already have this like $100-something million market cap. That'd be $3 billion. At 1 cent, that's a lot. I don't know if we can really get past there. And those people that are new, that okay, fair point. You're working with kind of limited information, but I get it. To go super crazy, you have like the Moon Boys, like, yo, what if it gets like $1? What if it gets like 50 cents? And it's like the odds of that are so impossibly small. I don't think it gets anywhere close to 50 cents, or it shouldn't. And again, even though it's possible, I am not putting my money there. Like, I will be completely out if we hit like 20 cents. I'll be done. 75% of my stuff will be gone by 10 cents. because even though that I think 20 cents is definitely possible, and if we hit that, then or like 19 cents, I'm out. You know, I'm selling everything. Because that's an insane. I mean, 10 cents is a $30 billion market cap, and that's high, or it seems high right now. But I think with everything we have now, with all the stuff that that we know is on the horizon, I'd say like 5 to 7 cents is pretty reasonable. You know, it's a 5 cents, $15 billion market cap. It's really without any burns. But I think that's pretty reasonable considering everything that we have. But there's certain things that we don't have, or at least are not public yet. Like, I'm pretty sure at some point we get some type of anime on here. I'm pretty sure at some point we get some type of anime books, we get some type of manga, we get some type, and no, I'm not counting Ultraman. How big does that go? Again, do you have some of the smaller stuff? Like, do you have Dead Man Wonderland? Do you have Fruits Basket? Do you have Case Closed? Do you have these things that, you know, people enjoy, but people aren't really going to go crazy for? Yeah, I'd say at some point we get some of those. But if we get like Attack on Titan, I don't know why Yuri on Ice is so freaking popular. If we get like Attack on Titan, we get Yuri on Ice, we get My Hero Academia, dude, we get like Seven Deadly Sins, we get freaking Dragon Ball Z. I think we increase a bit wherever we are. If they announce that they have some of those popular animes, and we get those, not just like the manga, but we just get like figurines. And if they look good, if you have Goku doing his Kamehameha wave, you have Krillin doing like a solar flare. If you have the evolvables where like, okay, you have Cell, and then you have Android 17, and then you have to burn Android 17 to get semi-perfect Cell. And then now you have 18, and then you have the detonator, and then you have Krillin, and then you have to absorb him, then you get perfect Cell. Oh my God, that would be insane. Like, wherever we are from that point, it doesn't matter if we're 001 or even 1 cent, 1/10 of 1 cent or a penny. Increase us by like 30% that day, if not like a 40, 50. It doesn't matter where we are. That's just what happens. Same thing if they announce Pokemon. Now, there's going to be 2 different reactions here if we ever get Pokemon. One, it'll be like, okay, what type of Pokemon do we have? Do we have cards, which can be cool, and they can go on your wall, but you know, cards ain't going to be like animated. I mean, I guess they could, if you have like this Harry Potter version of like, you know, pictures where they do a little move inside there. Harry Potter would be great too. You could have people that are like, all right, cards, but I want cards, sure, fine. But I want a little Pikachu rolling around on his Pokeball. I want Dexter. When I say Dexter, that's the name of Ash's Pokedex. I want Officer Jenny. I want Nurse Joy. I want the starters. I want them all. I want Charmander and Char. It doesn't matter if it's 8-bit. It doesn't. I want it. And if we have those high-end 3D digital collectibles, first off, I'm gonna put so much freaking money into those. Second off, OMI doubles. Like wherever we are, if they announce that, the amount of users we have doubles. The amount of money, the amount of gems that are bought, the gem squeeze. You could have 2 things. You could have like a gem squeeze where people are like, okay, sell my logo, sell my Superman, sell my Todd, selling everything. Sell clearance sale. All things must go. You'll have that for people trying to get gems, and that'll be great for people that like, you know what, Pokemon's cool. I have my budget, like $1,000 for it. But if Todd's gonna go from $600 right now down to like 300, I'm gonna get some freaking Todds. You have Superman going from like 200, like 100. They're gonna get that. VeVe Gold and Silver logo going from 5,500 to like 2,500. People are probably gonna get that. But then you have, I don't know, well in the 6 figures of new gems being bought. Be like, I have my stuff, whatever dips now, I don't care. It'll go back up eventually. Boom. You'll have 6 figures going. Of new gems being bought. And OMI doubles. in my opinion, obviously none of this financial advice, but that would be, oh my goodness. I mean, that'd be such a great troll to say we have Pokemon, and then it's just like Caterpie and Weedle are like the first ones. Or like Yamna is like one of the first ones. They could, oh, that'd be great. It'd be great play. It'd be like, oh, it's Psyduck. I mean, Psyduck is awesome. He's pretty cool. I will get all of them. You got to catch them all. Like the only things that I have that I'm close to having all of them are really just the Fantastic Four. I have all of their stuff, whatever one they've released, I have. And then the Marvel Mighties. I don't have Ghost Rider, and I don't have Spider-Man Noir because that's thousands of dollars. And no way in heck am I spending like 5K on Spider-Man Noir when I could go in and say like, hey, I could buy this today, and Pokemon's announced tomorrow, and then I can't get those gems back. Not right now. One day. But Pokemon is something, I don't care what I have to spend, I will get all of them. I don't care if there's like a 1 of 20 secret rare Mew, super secret rare Mew, where they could have 2 of them, Mewtwo and Mew. Could be one of those. Could be Arceus. It doesn't matter. I will go and get every single one. There could be 1 of 5. There could be like Palkia, Dialga, Giratina. It could be Darkrai. It doesn't matter what legendary it is. It doesn't matter how scarce they make. It could be a dumb little Pokemon like Yamna. Got to catch them all. Like you don't go in and like have this Pokemon obsession in your mid-30s without like living that creed of got to catch them all. Anyway, if we go and get them, I will not sell 75% of my OMI by the time I get 10 cents. I will hodl. Like if anyone's ever seen Rocky 2, where I forget his name, Apollo Creed's trainer goes into him and says like, I saw you get beat like I never, or not, like I saw you beat that man like I never saw a man get beat before, and the man kept coming after you. We don't need that type of man in our life, babe. I will put in as much money as you can, and I will keep on putting in more until I get all those And again, this is if we can get them, which if I were Batman, I'm pretty sure we would. That's Pokemon's really only option. I mean, they have another option, but it's stupid to try to like build their own stuff. Just do it through VeVe. Less complicated, less risk, and still make a heck ton. And then obviously Nintendo, same thing. Like they could do it. Like just because you have Pokemon doesn't mean you would have Nintendo, right? And just because you have Nintendo doesn't necessarily mean you have Pokemon. Because if they announce Nintendo first and say like, hey, we have this one license of Pokemon. We have Earthbound, you have Ness, you have Lucas, you have the baseball bat, you have the Pika Fire, you have the yo-yos, you have all these items, and that could be cool. You have the hats, you have the shorts. I'm like, okay, we can get that, and then maybe OMI does a little bump. And then they say, well, actually, we also have F1. We have Captain Falcon. Okay, all right. Show your moves. Maybe we get another little bump. And again, just because you have these random licenses doesn't mean, like, again, under the Disney umbrella, you have different agreements and different disagreements with different companies, different executives, and there's no reason for you to think that you would have one except for the other, because you might not have good relations with one, but you have great relations with the other, and that's one you're going to jive with. That's one you're going to do business with. So let's say we have that, and let's say Yoshi is just out of our reach because that the people that have Yoshi, Mario Brothers, whatever. Let's say that's harder to get. They're harder to work with. I don't know. But then say they have Star Fox. Okay, you have the R-Wing, you have all of the Lilat system, you have Andros, you have Falco, you have Peppy Hare, you have Pigmadengar, you have Starwolf, Slippy, obviously Fox and James McCloud. You have an older version of Pepe, you could have Cat, you could have Bill. Oh my god, I freaking love Bill so much. That dude, Bulldog unit, don't let anything through. You announce that, you bump up another, I don't know, 10, 15, 20%. But they could do this like every month. They could do this every couple of weeks. There's so many characters in Nintendo and so many worlds and so many licenses. They could go on and just say like, yeah, we have. They could do that literally for like 5 years. But if they did that every couple of weeks, hey, now we have Kirby. Oh, Kirby. Now we have Donkey Kong. And obviously Mario brothers and Pokemon are like the big ones, especially now Luigi. Luigi. Those would be the big ones. And if you get those, I will. Let's say they announce those when we're at like 1 cent, and let's say by 1 cent I have, like 160 million OMI, 170 million OMI. Let's say I sell a little bit on the way up. And by that point, let's say I have like $1.8 million in OMI, I would not sell. I would be like, okay, I'm not selling at 2 cents. I'm not selling at 3 or 4. Because if they have Pokemon and Mario Brothers and all this, and they announce it at the end, then I think 10 cents is like a no-brainer. Then we go crazy, especially if it's deep in that bull market. So those are kind of my predictions. I feel like I've been talking for a lot. We have a lot of other stuff to do, a lot of other stuff to go over. Bobby Sat says, Foster Hill, out of the 8, how many would you like to achieve in the next 12 months? Foster Hill going saying like, nope, it's a trap. Not answering that question. Is Kaki Gaijin talking about how much he loves Anna? He's got like 7 of those. Ben Rose giving him the props to that because he likes that as well. The Assassin's Creed, dude, I don't know how people are like selling this 1 of 500 secret rare Ezio for like 30 something dollars. It's nuts. Got mine at like 30, 31. From Back of the Profits, Burns. Okay, Mudo, weekly DNA overview. Filled our pre-sale 100%, $2.25 million raised. Partner with VeChain, did 10 AMAs. They're coming back on the podcast on Saturday. Onboarded to improve our app. Our TGE is before Christmas, and more info to be announced soon. Shout out to Mudo for sponsoring the channel. Top 500 hodlers. So you have Baby Berg that had bought 297 collectibles. Michael Campo bought 515, and Misha Fitton bought 1,558. That is nuts. You need 1,650 collectibles in order to get on that list. I am in the top 500, but barely. I'm at like 484. Not a lot. The Sabretooth collectibles look great. We do have a little bit of some news on those. Sabretooth collectibles, they are part of the Evolvables drop. So you like Punisher, it goes from common to secret rare. There is also a Sabretooth cave, which is real. Honestly, I might just get the cave because if the app performs the way it did on the Evolvables, yeah, we'll get the common. We can craft for the uncommon easily, and we can craft the rare easily. But getting the ultra rare, if you have that old app, or if you have the new app, is likely not gonna work. So you don't need the app to do it. You can do it on app.vv.me. You can do it on the web version, which is what I'll try. And so I might try this one again. And if I can do it on the web version, then boom, I'll do it. I'll get that ultra rare, and then I'll try for the secret rare. Because it's going to be a couple $100. You spend like 50 something, and then this will likely be worth, like I said, 200, low to mid 200s. So it's definitely worth it to do it. Or you could be like, I don't want the aggravation. I don't need the time. I'll just buy the secret rare. If you want to do that, be prepared to spend 250. And maybe it doesn't. Maybe it goes like 225, 230. But be prepared to spend 250 just in case. But yeah, the cave looks really cool. I feel like I could do something with that. Anyway. Yep, Sabretooth, those are teeth. All right, so that was a teeth. Sabretooth. You still have the cat. You still have the duck. Oh, no, there wasn't. He didn't put a cat. Or no, he did that. The cat, the duck, and the banana. We're still not sure what those mean. Ben Rose says, get your noggles on and check out this great doco on Ben Bodie from Nouns DAO community and Big Big Shot Toy Works. I have not watched that, but Ben put it out, so should probably check it out. Marvel Studios still has plans for Jonathan Majors as Kang the Conqueror. Plan is still very early, but Marvel wants Kang to show up again in one of the upcoming sagas, either the Mutant Saga or the Supernatural Saga, to be one of the main villains. That would be cool. Chris Evans is coming back. I think VeVe Comics or VeVe Digital. One of the VeVe things they put out before, like, hey, what do you want to see Chris Evans come back as? If you're gonna go with Infinity War, or I'm sorry, not Infinity War, Secret Wars, like he already has a character in there. It's called Old Man Cap. Now, in these comics, the reason why he's Old Man Cap is because he fought somebody and they sucked out the super soldier serum from him, and I don't know how they sucked it out, but they sucked out the super soldier serum, so he was starting to age, but he's still badass, still Old Man Cap. He has this like alliance with what's her name, Susan Storm, and then he doesn't, and then long story short, he's Old Man Cap in Secret Wars, and it's really cool. So and he's Old Man Cap, obviously now, you know, based on the moon, based on Sword, wherever he is. We don't really know where he's been, but he's Old Man Cap there. Now, could he be doing another character? Sure, Robert Downey Jr. is coming back, and he's coming back as Doctor Doom. Could Chris Evans? I mean, could he come back as his Johnny Storm version? Sure. Could he come back as another character entirely? Absolutely. No idea, but either way, I will collect that VeVe digital collectible. Also, you have Microsoft that decided to not purchase any. They decided to not purchase any Bitcoin. So that's another reason why the markets kind of went down. I think Amazon will purchase it though. Microsoft are a bunch of old farts. Amazon people are a bit younger. Dude, so Jay-Z is accused of doing horrendous stuff with young people, along with Diddy in 2000, according to a civil lawsuit. Bro, I'm not gonna lie, I hate that these things happen, but I'm glad to see the evildoers go down. Ripple CEO says Trump embraced crypto and crypto embraced Trump. This is from 60 Minutes, saying 3 weeks before the election, Trump announced the launch of a new digital coin that he had a financial stake in. Is that a conflict of interest in your point of view? Brad Garlinghouse says whether or not it's a conflict of interest, the voters have knowingly said we want this person to be our president. The voters have spoken more so than I have. Thought that was interesting. Shout out to 60 Minutes. Dude, Kirk's LinkedIn. Dude, if we get like Gilmore Girls collectibles, I think that'd be great. I would love those. Splint says have a Pokemon tournament with VeVe prizes or something. I'll add to the pot. I would love that. Pokemon TCG Pocket, or we have Pokemon stuff if we get that on VeVe. That'd be awesome as well. Speaking of which, IGN says after it was discontinued in March, I remember this day, through that day, Pokemon TV will return as a YouTube channel with content from the anime series, including full episodes and movies. Gotta love that. Who want? Nope, not going over that, or that, or that, or that, or that, or that, or that. Oh, my friends. Oh, look at that. 10 years ago, I was having a Corona with my good friend Meg, and look, now I have another Corona as well. I was much younger there. Stan Lee's home is now up for sale for $8.8 million, including 3 Tobey Maguire Spider-Man statues signed by Stan Lee himself. They can be bought either individually or in a bundle with the whole house. Why do I know this? Because Ben Rose had reposted that as well. He seems to be as big of a nerd as we are. Gotta love that. Mr. MC1 saying the train is about to leave the station, and he tags Mr. Rolex, tags me, Dr. Stuff, Crypto Rain, Dr. Profit, C. Cooper, and Ernie Malice. Choo choo, the train's about to leave the station, so says Mr. MC1. We did have another update on the VeVe app, so go in and get that, bread. Oh, my friends. Oh, my days. I have a lot of, that's awesome. Comics and Crypto says Pokemon Evolvables on VeVe would be insane. I agree. They would be awesome. Although I wouldn't really want to burn my Charmander. They would need to give us like 100,000 Charmanders. Because one, you don't want to burn them. I guess I will. I will if I have to for Charmeleon and then for Charizard. Because that's going to be one of the best ones. But also, dude, if we get 100,000 people on this app, 100,000 Charmanders is not enough for everyone. It's not. It's just not, dude. If they do this in the term of Evolvables, I'm unloading my bank account. I will. Oh God, I would really hope if VeVe has this, they don't announce it for like 6 months, because I need my other crypto to go up, and I need all of these things. I need every single one of them. I will knowingly buy the top of a lot of these Pokemon stuff if we get them. People will go, all right, maybe people won't, but I will go absolutely crazy. I will go absolutely feral. You ever I doubt anybody used to work in a strip club back in the day in a couple of ways, used to dance. Women in general, but cougars will go feral for like 19-year-old dudes. I know it happened. In that same way, people like me will go feral for these Pokemon if we ever get them. I would. Oh my god, Comics and Crypto, you are preaching to the choir here. Foster Hill was asked about KCEX, the new exchange we have. Foster Hill says it's not a listing that we arranged, but a quick glance, it appears to only be listed for perpetual futures. I don't see any of that data on CoinMarketCap or CoinGecko for that reason. Glad to see organic demand for the token is rising, but as always, please exercise caution with holding your crypto on exchanges. If it isn't an exchange that you arranged, which ones are you? There's the ones we talk about and announce. Then that's the ones that'll be us. Be advised, the Clever Jerk had an issue with the taking a picture of his Ezio, and he said that he had to install the old version to share the previous post findings. The update does not show the progress in other areas. But I think once he uninstalled the app and reinstalled it, it worked fine. I think the same thing happened to me. It's great. Tesla Model Q to debut in the first half of 2025. You're telling me that what's left of Tesla Q will be wiped out by a vehicle called the Tesla Q. That is just, oh my God, it's amazing. Riot Platforms plans private offering of $500 million convertible senior notes for Bitcoin acquisition and corporate purchases. And you have MicroStrategy acquiring another 21,550 Bitcoin for $2.1 billion at $98,000, 783 per Bitcoin. They hodl now 423,650 Bitcoin. That is nuts. That is absolutely bananas. Auction ends, mobile app update. So VeVe, like 12 hours after they announced it, they rolled it out. I'm going to say mobile app updates. Hi, VeVe fam. Our communication of ongoing updates. So our mobile app continues. Our latest update, version 2.0.6, is now available. Latest updates are rearranged bottom nav to include market, incremental performance gains, other small fixes and enhancements. We always get a lot of those small fixes and enhancements. Got to love them. I just recognize that there is a decent amount of comments, and I will get to those when I feel like, what's the name from The Incredibles? We get there when we get there. Ben Rose says Women X VeVe is an important group working hard to introduce and include female collectors to the VeVe official and VeVe fam. Let's build together to make this an inclusive and accessible space. Gotta love that. I know that that's available now over on YouTube, but I really wish at the time it wasn't available on just Discord and it was available on like X and YouTube as well. And I get it. You really want to raise your Discord numbers for multiple reasons. It could be for exchanges. It could be for investors. It could be whatever. But come on, man. Anyway, Stacker says platform update. The marketplace is the heart of Stacker world. While we're reshaping our platform, you'll find familiar analytical tools under the top navigation menu. Don't worry. We're committed to bringing more enhanced analytics and capabilities soon. Bill Gardner says probably sounds silly, but celebrate all wins. I just hit 100 sets on VeVe. The official. I've never been I gotta get as many sets as possible guy. So it took me way longer than it should have, but now I've arrived. Bill Gardner giving that, I'm not sorry, Ben Rose giving that Snoop Dogg gift. Snoop Doggy Dog, Snoop D-O-double-G. Gotta love him. Humanoids joined the VeVe Comics lineup. We're excited to welcome Humanoids, a legendary publisher behind groundbreaking works like Louisa, Now and Then, The InCal, and more. I think they have like 5,000 or 6,000 followers over on X, so they might have a cult following. I'm very curious. I don't know what they are. Louisa now. Oh, all right. I see what they did there. Louisa as a young gal, and Louisa as an old gal, and then the InCal. I read that as incel at first, but I don't know what that is. So also speaking of Mudo, they had an announcement from Secret Network with 186,000 followers. Goes on and says, "Congrats to Mudo Health on selling out the pre-sale. The Secret Builders Program project has been blowing away all expectations. Shout out to them." Yeah, 186,000 followers. Heckin' great. And actually, okay, yeah, we're good. Mr. Emerson says, what OMI first weekly games on my screener for top assets? I thought that was great. Again, shout out to everyone that goes in and takes a little profit. Although I don't think he did. I don't think he took any profit. I think it was just nice to see. Nope. Brock says, happy Beeshmas Eve. The new site is now live and you'll be able to log in and get your coal hunt. He's busy working on some stuff, but super excited to see you all there. So basically, you can get some free VeVe NFTs on that. He has a video about it. I haven't done it yet, but it takes like, the video is like 4 minutes. It'll ask you to like sign something that's just showing that you own the wallet. I think he has like the rainbow bridge or the rainbow whatever, but I don't watch the video. It's like 4 minutes, and you can get some free VeVe NFTs on that. Oh, Humanoids has 5,224 followers over on X. Gotcha. It's some new stuff we have. Dr. Profit says migration successfully completed and tested. Login connectivity issues from recent days have been resolved. The technical enhancement says our platform now features independent deployment capabilities for a marketplace team, a wallet team, and an analytics team. This means faster updates and smoother operations for everyone. Thank you for your patience during our upgrade. Charlie Fisher, shout out to him for having a bunch of number 41 Marvel and Disney stuff. Dude is bananas. El Salvador to change Bitcoin law as part of the new International Monetary Fund deal. And Coinbase's market share fell to 6.6% in November, while Binance regained 44.1%. Wild. Big congrats to Chris Peak FR, Eccles 712, and VeVe Prita. Oh God, I love her. So big congrats this past week. 3 random winners for the entries on the weekly VeVe Comics video with my collectibles. Okay. Yeah, the Stacker, you have a couple of easy things. You can sign in with email. You can set up a new passkey. Setting tab works great. Transaction shows the old one with Dr. Profit, so that's all good. The vault works great. The listings, I don't think I've checked yet. Super chat coming in from Mescal Marenda saying, "Hey, last run up, VeVe didn't have cash out. One MTL. How much will cash out benefit VeVe adoption this time or this next time around the crypto cycle?" It's hard to say. You have some people that say like, "Oh, because we didn't have cash out, you just had gems." That in circle of gems, of course, everything went up. You put it in, you can't put it out. But I know of a bunch of people that refused to put money in there until they had cash out, and they put a lot of money in. So I don't know. Also, you're incentivized to cash out in a different way. You're incentivized to cash out with OMI, because if you have a certain amount of gems on there, you can, or a certain amount of collectibles on there, and you want to sell some, you can cash out those gems, and you could pay an extra 10% fee, or you could sell all that stuff for OMI and you just cash out an OMI. I think that's a pretty good deal. There'll be a lot of chance for arbitrage there. I don't know how it affects though. I think this time last time you had people that were buying NFTs. It was like, I'm buying this random pixelated whatever it was, and it just didn't work out. And in NFT NYC in 2022, it was all people trying to sell like their existing NFT project. And it's like, we sold, a couple thousand of these NFTs, want to really sell out the rest, give you like $1,000, make a video. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm getting a lot of people asking me to do, videos, response to the channel, whatever. But none of them are like NFT, like some of them are, but they don't just have an NFT. Like there's a game, there's utility, there's whatever, and there's a token attached. So the space is growing and the space is evolving, and now that you need to have something to go along with that, the ability to be stupid has diminished. Whereas you could just buy a random rug pull of again any pixelated animal last time, and you could spend tens of thousands of dollars on it, and you could have non-doxed owners, you'd have whatever. But now, when you're talking about what is acceptable to spend your money on, it seems that the people have kind of collaborated and said, okay, well, we're going to only now spend our, if you just have an NFT PFP 10,000 PFP project, we're not going to listen to you. That's not worth our time. So people collectively, as a unit, as a whole, as humanity, said, we're not going to spend money on that. You need to have some type of game. You need to have some type of utility for it. You need to have some type of it can't just be that. Or they say, like, we can still buy just normal collectibles, or we could just buy these normal NFTs if they're licensed. Like, are they licensed by the company that makes them? Or is it like, hey, you made something that kind of looks like this character, but it's not clearly not licensed? That won't fly anymore. But if you have stuff that's officially licensed, by the people. That again, that's a big horse of a different color. And even though you have that, you've had that the past couple years. You've had that for Game of Thrones. You've had that for other DC stuff. Like, how do the other Lambos do that are not on VeVe? I'm very curious. How do they do? My Cascada in 2004, because how do you do? I forget which one of the songs that was. But now, again, cream rises to the rising tide raises all ships, but then that cream rises to the top. And again, the people's ability to be stupid has been diminished. And you are, if you have 10, 20, 50, 100, however much money you have, now it seems that you're only going to put it in something that is not what was 2.5 years ago. Be unburdened by what has been. I freaking hate and love that line at the same time. So now I would say VeVe has a much better chance than last time. Hold on, wait a sec here. Hold on. I would need to share with you. Yes. Tell me. Okay, moving on. But yeah, I think we're in a really good position this time. I'll get to the comments in a second. I just clicked on this one. Vladimir Columbus says, Randy, why is the Secret Rare Spider-Man pumping? Are people heckin' crazy? Only 4,300. It used to be 100K last cycle. I think the max it sold for, I think, was like 80. I think it made it up to 100. I don't know if there were any sales on that though. But yeah, let's do Spider-Man. Can't believe I'm still down on it, but way higher 8 months ago. Well, let's take a look at the collectibles for the Spider-Man. There's a lot of Spider-Man collectibles. I am scrolling farther than I would like to. Okay, here we go. Secret Rare Ultimate Animated Spider-Man. Sort by the lowest listing price. Yeah, 4,300. And then, 43, 45, 46, 36. So there's 4 of them at this price too. So you have to spend like $1,700 to $1,800 in order to get those out, and then you have one for 7K. But I mean, not everything pumps at the same time. So you have certain things that pump. Again, it happened last cycle too. Spider-Man had pumped. Donnie had pumped. You had Batman that had pumped, and it's like, dude, everything's pumping but these golden moments. And then I remember seeing people say like, oh, I'm going to sell these golden moments because they haven't moved, and these things have already pumped. I'm going to sell this that hasn't moved to buy something that's already moved. And then when that happened, like a few weeks later, boom, golden moments went nuts. So it's just not Spider-Man's turn. When will it be Spider-Man's turn? I don't know. But we've seen it happen before. Where is this X account here? Tell me. All right, moving on. I've been talking for almost an hour. I have comic book investments saying this comic has dropped by 93%. So you have a bunch of physical stuff that has come down as well. Okay, so West Coast Avengers #7. This is first appearance of my boy, and who's really, really good at Marvel Rivals also. The healer, me and Rolly talked about this yesterday. It's Jeff the Land Shark. For those that missed it yesterday, when I had heard that Jeff the Land Shark is like OPAF in that game, I was like, oh, I have a bunch of his comics. Let me go buy a bunch more. Figure out that I bought a lot of these comics when they were like $2, and I figured that they're down to like $1, $1.15, whatever they are. There's 10,000 of them. Wasn't really that popular. I mean, he was a popular character in real life, but he just never really had that popularity on VeVe. People didn't know who he was. And then when this game came out, I was like, okay, this is interesting. New love for Jeff the Land Shark is coming out. Let me go and buy some more. I was gonna buy like 100 of them if they were like $1 or $1.15, whatever. But then they were like $5. So I was like, oh, all right, I'll sell this one for $4, and then I put one up for $5, and the opposite happens. And I'll put that in something else. There was a buddy of mine trying to buy some OMI yesterday on base, and she was trying like $1,500, then $1,100, and $800. Finally, I was like, okay, just try to buy $375 worked, and then it worked, and then she did it. But yeah, it was wild. Somebody said OMI is listed on Kraken. It was listed on December 5th. If you go to Kraken, it says it doesn't support that particular one. Bro, aliens. Bro, aliens. This is all yesterday? Oh my god. Yeah, Amazon definitely trying to do that. Savage. What is Savage? Did I miss it? It is his fault. Yep. Mudo stuff, Mugshotties, Flower Bomber, Hobbies. Pushing a bit. David, you have a couple of collectibles that sold around 1,800. Flower Bomber did really well. How many freaking... All right, hold on. Almost done. New Indiana Jones game. You can earn bonus experience by going around taking photos of stray cats, which is awesome. Donald Trump again going in and saying that he might have... joking that Canada will be our 51st state. Shout out to Claire, which is now level 98. Shout out to her. And then... Yeah, we had a Spider-Man, I think 2 Secret Rare Spider-Man sell yesterday. NFTs begin December with $187 million in weekly sales, which I thought was great. And then I believe, all right, sorry, a couple more photos. Crypto Cosmo, which had purchased his 4th partner statue the other day for like 1,600, bought his 6th today. He's buying like a partner statue per day. Bought his 6th at 1,759. I think he's done now. He might be done now. All right, sorry, two more. No, I don't need that. Somebody named Robert Scott Lazar over on VeVe Facebook is saying that the delete account button should be far away from the main section. Too easy to lose everything with 2 wrong taps. So again, you have that, it's right under dark mode, and then you hit it, and then it says like, oh, do you want to delete your account? And I'm not going to lie, hitting delete account for the first time to test that is just wild. Guys, I have so much more. I have like another day's worth of news, but there's 400 people here, and I've been live for an hour, so I got to get to the comments. Aaron saying, OMI to NFT looking nice. Are we burning tokens circulating supply from this? Yes, we will. There are fees on the seller side, obviously, where they, could be 2.5% to 8.5% fees they have to pay. But then on the buyer side, they have fees, and those fees go to burning OMI, which is great. I have to sneeze. Oh yeah. Ever since I was younger, I've had really powerful sneezes. I am heckin' hungry. So yes, you do. Rick Brahma says, I just read the report for Cybertruck in 9 months, probably 16%. Ford, GM, very nice, very nice. Go Tesla. Omicron says, Chavez, let's get it. Let's get this bread. I love this game. Omicron Jay says, good evening. What's up, Omicron? You're doing the Lord's work up there. Same as Omar. Omar's an awesome dude. Got his flowers from what's it called? Got his flowers from Sanjay the other day. Thought that was great. Who's replying to this? Hold on. Is he still typing? Been asked. Oh, okay. Oh, meaning I'll give more details. Imagine how they're set up. Replicate. That was a new category. Yep. Think we can help them out. We can try. Oh, yes. Yes. Let's set up a call tonight or tomorrow. All right. I love this game. Rahil D says Superman's still undervalued. I agree. I don't even know what he's at, and I'm going to tell you I agree. No, I don't need these notifications. Superman, you're Superman, you're Superman. Everybody knows. All right, that's Slim Shady. Marshall Mathers LP. No, the Eminem show. Song number 14. Eminem did a song called Superman. Anyway, there's 90 in the market, and let's go to his lowest pricing. 285. Yeah, he was down to 200 at one point. He's 285 now. I think I bought him at like 400-ish. But yeah, got that bread. Mari says, let's freaking go. Let's get this bread. Gotta love him. Cardinal Ghost says, good evening, Chavi Cat. And we will continue to pump along with Bitcoin. Bitcoin's this crypto Christmas. I agree. I think it will as well. But, I'm a little biased. Also, I'm going to go off and say, everyone, if y'all can just smash that like button. It's a free way to help support the channel. Non-free way is Patreon. Smash the super thanks button down below. Super chats as well. Be advised, I'm like an hour-ish behind on comments. If you don't want me to wait the hour to get up to your comment. Quick $2 super chat, and then I'll get to your comment first, and then I'll go continue on. Yeah, I think OMI is a little bit. I mean, it's been moving with Bitcoin the last couple of days. Does that continue? Is that just a fluke? We'll see. And then yeah, Santa Rally. Santa Rally could be dope. Could be fun. Could be very exciting. Let's hope we get it. Walrus King says, "Yo, Randy, what up, Walrus King? I hope you're doing well." Let's see where we're at here. D Supreme says, "West Coast Avengers up a lot due to Marvel Rivals." Yeah. I think because Hawkeye's in there as well, and Hawkeye really likes it. So I don't even know if this had. Let's go to my profile. Let's go to my wallet. I think the common's like $5. I think I'm the floor on that. Excuse me. Hiccups. Croner getting that popcorn. What up, Croner? Crazy Leg says, "People are saying David Blue Metallic will pass Miles Secret." No. No. David Blue Metallic can get up to a couple thousand, probably several thousand, probably $10,000 in the greater bull run. Miles Secret Rare will be tens of thousands of dollars, in my opinion. Obviously, hiccups, not financial advice. Cardinal Gold said, "Lucky Russell Gold hit a $2,000 floor. I really regret selling mine for $750, but yeah, gotta be done. Had other stuff." Crazy Legs says they're selling 2 to 3 a day. Will take a month before they're gone. The David Blue Metallic. What's his? I feel like his are like 1,800. They might even be lower. Now, do I want one? Absolutely. I want one just because I love him. I love that man. There's 26 in the market, so it's like 30% of them are like being listed. It's $2,000. There's just too many that are listed for that to have passed Miles Secret Rare. I mean, I'll look at Miles. All right, collectibles. Okay. There's 28 of these in the freaking market, so let's sort 75 hundo. Yeah. I don't think, maybe at one point, if let's say David Blue like continuously pumps and for whatever reason the people like I need to sell Miles for like OMI or whatever, maybe you might have that, but in the long term, no way does David. I love David, but no way does he pass Miles Secret Rare. Look at Rose. Yeah, it's wild. Flippy Love says, "Good morning, VeVe fan." What up, Flippy? How's it going, fam? Flippy. Millie teases, "Hey everyone." Yo, what up, Millie? How's it going? Gary O at 1234CA3 over on X. Give me that straight fire. West, thank you for being a member, says, "Oh, my OMI checklist will make OMI Moon." I hope so. So, Chosen, I did answer this before, but I'll answer it again. Basic utility for it would just be access to the anomaly detector in multiple different ways, holding a couple 100,000 of the tokens, or paying at least a bit in the token each month. X amount of percent of that is burned. And then obviously you have the gaming repo that you get discounts for as well. VV Ben, thank you for being a member, saying, "Do you think #1 Captain America won't come to VV due to the swastika usage and it's banned in Germany?" I did not know that was banned in Germany. It only makes me want it more. I don't know. I mean, you'd like to think that they would save a couple of Grail comics for when the bull market gets here. So, BGP Grails, Real Ren Chavez, what up? No, these. What makes you bullish on OMI? I'm pretty new to the token itself. I mean, I feel like I answered this during the video, but just a quick recap. VeVeverse utility, rolling out fully on Stacker, and then having a bunch of new licenses. Just the overall NFT narrative and metaverse narrative, overall exchange listings. There's just a ton of reasons why. And then again, the potential to get Nintendo, Dragon Ball Z, Pokemon would just be insane. Mr. MC1 says, "Hi all." Hi, Mr. MC1. Yeah. Viva Mascalo says, "Cheers, Randy." Yeah. Pink Panther says, "Like the little pullback with the OMI token, like to add more." I would love to add more. I'm actually trying to add more. I may or may not add more. I'll keep you posted. Let's see where we're at here. Since the beginning of the stream, we're at 5.1 cents. So we have not hit the 0004s. We stayed in the 0005s. Can we maintain it? I don't know. Loti says that jacket is fresh. Thank you. Certified fresh. So what do you think of the VV Gold logo lamp from Jack? Oh, dude, it was awesome. So one of the things I didn't get to go over because I talked for an hour before I could get to that. You have he has some pretty cool things. Mr. MC1 made a post. This guy Jan from Europe, he's got a couple of really cool things like comic holders, the VeVe Gold Silver, the Akomi logo holder. It looks cool. Think about this. I see VeVe Comics is running advertising on YouTube. Is this new? It might be. Again, anyone like my age or younger, if you Google something and the first couple of things like Google AdWords, that are like sponsored, to me, I never choose those. I always look at the first one that's not sponsored, and anything that's sponsored on like Reddit, oh, it's an ad, or X, it's an ad. I don't do that. I don't have I never pay attention to those, and I actually get salty when I accidentally read something that isn't as like, they got me. So if they are running advertisements on YouTube, I hope it works. I hope it's worth it. I hope they get people. I hope that's a success. I'm not really going to have that much confidence in that, though. Obviously, if you're going to do a marketing campaign and okay, you want to have again this type of thing. I've never marketed this, but I just know as me, as just a heavy user on all this stuff, I don't pay attention to that. I feel like most people don't. Yeah, let's continue on. Oh, Quid, that's who Mr. Beast was partnered with. Yeah, Quid, and see what happened to them. Now, obviously, that was not really for Mr. Beast. The CEO of Quid was just trash and just ran into the ground. Matthew Earl says, Randy out here describing himself. What was I describing myself 59 minutes ago? I forget, but let me know. Remind me. Foge says, got a blue U on the drop. Oh my god, that's awesome. Very jealous. Happy with that. Listed on Stacker for OMI, but may just sell for gems and shop some things, even though it is a grail. I mean, if you get it on the drop, what was that, $20? And you could sell it for like 1,800, dude. I can't blame you. Even if that goes to like 6K, 8K, looks at 10K. It's not to get that much X in like 2 days. More power to you. Big J78 says ME launched their token today and already on Coinbase and Binance. OMI years waiting. I don't know what ME is. I don't know if that's a meme coin. I don't know what it's going on. Is it utility? Do they have utility listed out already? I mean, you can't really compare like apples and oranges. But yeah, agreed. People are tired of waiting. I understand that. Akomi is a token with growing utility and upside with listings, etc. I can't wait for each of these value levers to kick in. There's a way that you can do it where you can do everything at once and it gets crazy, and you break that inertia, and that's what used to go to these like mid double zeros, and then from there you just achieve a new base. It consolidates. It goes to where it trades at, and then and then from that you could have multiple announcements on multiple licenses, like every month or every 2 weeks, and each one you have that consistent pump. But yeah, I think we do need a really big push, whether it's guerrilla marketing, whatever it is, for like a solid month, and like all in the same month. Have us get to those double zeros, form that new base, and then go up from there. Omicron says yes, anime. Oh, you have no idea how much I would love that. Now, granted, a lot of that would be exist. So I'm gonna talk against myself here. Do I have another beer? I think I need one. I think I deserve it. But yeah. There's a guy over on TikTok called Sensei Ledoux. Now, Sensei Ledoux, his normal self is actually a normal self. It's a normal person. But the character that he has, and you have your people that like anime, and they're just like a little weird. For example, Mr. Dr. Rolex yesterday was talking to us about his roommate in college that would just get like a pint of ice cream, Ben & Jerry's ice cream every day, and just watch anime like every day. Like that's what he would do, sun up to sundown. And like, okay, I trust me, I like doing that once in a while too. I get it. And that person, even though weird, but like kind of keeps to himself, kind of whatever. Then there's these people, and I hate that like it's all anime people. Hate these people that they have this like, oh, hello there, and then like they call him like, oh, you're a milady, and then it's go watch his videos to a T. He has the like those anime people down, and again, most people that you see at you know New York City Comic Con, San Diego Comic, people that are like in anime but like have social skills, cool. But then you also kind of get a look into it. You get a glimpse into some of that world where like, oh, all right, you like really like anime, and you are not wearing deodorant, and you are like the anyone's ever seen that pilot of Bob's Burgers where Louise is talking to like Tina, and she's like, hey, how many toothpicks are down there? And she's like, I don't know, 100. It's like, no, there's three. It's like, I was like, I'm autistic. It's like, you're not even the good type of autistic. You can't even count. You're not good at math. Um, I feel like as someone that has that, I can say that, but it takes you into that world of people that are just very, very strange. Now, granted, you could have multiple people that they like that and also have social skills, but I feel like a lot of these people that are super, super into anime, I feel like a lot of them live at home and a lot of them don't have a lot of money. Now, granted, I feel like I attract the weirdos in general, but granted, with that, like let's say you have Bill Gates, right? And I know he's hated by many, but in this example, I'll give something positive. He has given a list of, and however you feel about vaccination, I'm pro appropriate vaccination, but he had given a lot of vaccines to a lot of these, countries in Africa, and he had gone on and basically eradicated certain diseases. I think that's very good. Now, are all of these people going to be super geniuses that finally, okay, you're immunized, you have like clean water, you have whatever, and they can finally stop hunting for rats and boiling leaves to make paste and eating that paste? How many of those people are going to be like scientists and better the world? Very few of them, but there's still going to be that. Like you have these people that, okay, they can go into from third world to second world. You can have this raise up that part of the world, you know, city by city, country by country, whatever you have. Um, and most of them, they'll be, normal people will be integrated into society. But another consequence of that is you might give rise to like another Elon Musk. You might give rise to like another, like Carl Sagan, a Neil deGrasse Tyson. You might give rise to like another person that can change the world. So when you get these anime peeps that come in, I'm very curious to see the interaction, and are we overrun? Are we overrun with these anime peeps that they with their chicken tendies and their mom's credit card? Do they not only have their place, but do they take over? Do they go on? Do they dominate X Spaces? Do they dominate YouTube? Do they dominate Discord? Do they dominate all the? That's something I don't think anyone's really gone on and hypothesized about. Where it's fun while we're on top. It's fun while we're the ones that are making this content. We're all talking in the spaces, but it things might change where you have a bunch of these people come on and suddenly like what happens to VeVe Magic and Chad from NFT Pirates, and what happens to comics and crypto? What happens to me? What happens to a lot of these like OGs and people that have been here for a while and personalities, and then suddenly we get like dominated by like these new crazy charismatic people, and these like, do we kind of fade into the distance? Are we that like Homer meme? Are we back into the bush? It's like, okay, things are really crazy now. Things are too weird. I don't know. So that's something that I don't think has been talked about. And do people go away for bad reasons? Like okay, now things are too weird. I'm just gonna hide in my little corner. I have my gains. I have whatever. Long story short is that this is. I don't think anything will be the same after the first half of 2024. I think you have the slow and steady growth, and it's awesome. We see gains, we see people come in, we all have a good time. But then you have this cascade, this waterfall, this explosion of people coming in, and nobody. I don't know if people know how to handle that. But we'll see. It'll be really fun. Naruto would be great. One Piece would be great. Jujutsu Kaisen would be great. Where'd my Lady Gaga fans at? Initial D. What up, 3GP Garage? Matthew is saying they'll all sell out in VeVe. I wonder if it'll change the price. We don't know. We'll see. Oh, Ben Rose here. What up, Ben? Did you just hear my little? Oh my God! You just heard my little anime speech over there. Please don't think less of me, even though you probably do. Anyway, where was I here? I'll sell out. Jamar Reed saying, at that point with DBZ, VeVe gonna take all my money, bro. I wonder if there's going to be any restrictions, like if Vegeta has like his final flash attack, if he has like any type of energy beam attack, and you have like a bunch of Namekians, and then suddenly you just have smoldering rocks, like are they gonna say like, hey, you can't like do like Vegeta commits genocide in multiple places? Are we gonna have especially in the VeVe, not even in our showroom, sure, but in the greater VeVe-verse, that you could create some scenes with some of these Dragon Ball Z characters that are very not kid friendly. It's it could be really awesome and it's going to be hysterical, but you could have some things like, oh no, this is going to get out, the news is going to cover this, and this is I don't want to say what I'm thinking, but and Pokemon, of course Pokemon. My mental health might break if we get Pokemon and I'll be like, okay, I'm going all in, and I'll sell my crypto, sell my big Ohio State chain. I don't know. I will donate plasma every week. I think you can donate it. One of my exes used to do that. She used to donate plasma twice a week. You get like $50 on the first one, like $80 on the second. You make like $130 a week by selling your plasma. I'll do that. I'll sell actual blood. I'll see what organs I don't need. I already cut off a lot of my hair. It's kind of I would have sold my hair. Yeah. So obviously it is still longish, that shoulder length, but it used to be down to like here. The ponytail definitely does not go as hard. I will work until I am either flatlined or been completely incapacitated for more money, just so I can get Pokemon. Take out credit card. So I'll do anything. How much OMI do you have, Randy? 193 million. So really not like a ton, not as much as I want, not as much as I plan to get. I do plan to get a little bit more in the future. Grails rise, really. Grails do be rising though, and it's just the beginning. I said, Randy, imagine if they drop Pokemon on VeVe and the drop is a mystery box, 3 stars, secret rare Pikachu. Well, Pikachu would never be a secret rare because he's so popular. Again, you'll need like 100,000 of him, because not only are there going to be 100,000 users on here, but even if there's not, even if there's, let's say Ben fails, let's say the marketing team fails, and let's say, I mean, the NFT narrative is clearly coming back. You had 187 million spent on NFTs in this week alone, but let's say it doesn't come back as strong as we think it does. And maybe we go from 12,000 monthly active users. Let's say we just double. Let's say in 6 months, all we do is double, which again would be, I think, a pretty big failure. But let's say that's all we do. Let's say we go from like 1,000 active daily WAs to like 2,000. And we have, let's say 25,000, active WAs each month. 100,000 is probably enough, probably more than enough. But if you get 50,000, dude, 100,000 would not be. It's Pikachu. I mean, honestly, just from that announcement alone, you double our users without any marketing. VeVe, I'll tell you guys this. In my opinion, Ben could not do anything. The marketing team could not do anything. They could just heck off. They'd be like, they could coast, be like, I'm saying I'm working on something, not working on something. Now, clearly this isn't the case, but they could do this. And a Pokemon announcement doubles our usership overnight. We would have thousands of people on here just from that. Now now it might take some time for the rest of them to kind of see the light. You'll have the people that are super into the cards, be like, oh, these NFTs, this scam, because people they still don't know. It's still not mainstream yet. They're like, oh, I heard of NFTs. What is Pokemon doing? You'll have some people like sell their cards like, oh, Pokemon's in it. Like of course they. Honestly, the Pokemon community is just, again, I'm gonna rustle some jimmies here. The Pokemon community is just more mature than the VeVe community, and I'm not saying that each one of Pokemon is more mature. I'm just saying the market is more mature because the market's been around for a quarter of a century, and the VeVe market's been around for 4 years. You have, what was it, 6? I think for Pokemon, they had their initial pump in like the late 90s, and then they kind of flatlined, and then like 6 years later, they started rising. Like the prices of the OG cards 6 years later started rising. For Magic, it took like 10 years. For most other things, it takes like 20 something years for prices to rise in any collectibles group. The EV collectibles are, most of them are like 3 years old or less. The entire market in general has only been around for 4 years. So what I mean is that the people that have been collecting in Pokemon for decades now, they kind of understand the ebbs and flows of the market, and they understand like if the Pokemon company does something bad, they've anything bad that they've just tanked it. They've just said, okay, they tank the hit, and it just rolls off, and they're like, okay, we're sure they did that. That doesn't affect how much what they did in 2000, let's say like 18, doesn't affect their cards from 2003. Let's say like Neo Destiny is the last time they had first edition cards. The fact that Pokemon bought printers, to card printers, like a year ago, to now make those printers go burr, and completely oversaturating the modern day market, has nothing to do with anything that happened prior to that. Now, obviously, they made those printers go burr for a long time now, but that has nothing to do with any of the cards from base set, jungle, fossil, base 2. You have Gym Heroes, you have the Rocket set, you have Gym Challenge, you have Neo Rev, Neo Destiny, like all of these ones. Neo Genesis, love that. Oh, Neo Genesis is so good. It doesn't affect that. However, if VeVe does something that people don't like roll out an app that's maybe not ready, and they suddenly, a lot of collectible stuff, or the FUD goes everywhere. In Pokemon, it's not like that. So yes, you're going to have some newer Pokemon people that would say, oh, okay, Pokemon is releasing NFTs and everything in my life is worse now, because you have people like that all the time. But again, dude, each time we announced a Sesame Street collectible, there were people that had the usual suspects that had gone on and be like, oh, NFTs are trash. I don't know what Sesame's talking about. I don't know what they're doing. Whether it was Cookie Monster, whether it was Big Bird, those two, I distinctly remember a bunch of people saying like, oh, this is horrible. This is horrendous. We might have to think, what is the world coming to? Look at the people that were talking about that. Go to those negative comments. Look at those people profiles. See what type of life they were living. See what they look like. And ask yourself, that famous Good Charlotte quote, do you really want to be like them? Because for me, I've never been disliked or talked down to by somebody that I would want to trade places with. And ask yourself that as well, and the answer will come to you. You're going to have some people in the Pokemon community, like you're going to have people in general like that, but Pikachu will not be a secret rare. I feel like I've gone way off topic here. Pikachu would have to have 50,000 mints, 100,000 mints. Like if we have 50 or 100,000 people on here, you might need 500,000 Pikachus. And I know that's going to sound like, Chavez, you're insane. Madrid, no. Feel like Joker, I'm not. I mean, you had first appearance, Captain America, Marvel Mighty. You had 28,000 of those mints, and they all sold out very quickly. 28,000 Captain America mints is one, like Captain America is great. He's the first Avenger. He's like, we love him. Captain America is not as popular as Pikachu. I'll rustle some more jimmies. What other things do we have? All right, 20, almost 29,000 mints of Mr. Fantastic, Marvel's first family over there, right? Mr. Fantastic is not as popular as Pikachu. And name any other character, like just not. This is why Pikachu, depending on how many users we have, may need well into the 6 figures of mints. And I know that sounds insane. Like, let's do the math here. Let's go on and talk. Let's just say 100,000 Pikachu at $20 per Pikachu. What was that, $2 million? They can do that, and they will. But again, like, it's, if they announce it tomorrow and they have a Pikachu thing in, let's say, like on Christmas, and they have a Pikachu hat, a special variant, are you going to have 100,000 things sell out? No. Would 10,000 Pikachu sell out? Yeah, absolutely. 10,000 Pikachu would 100% sell out. Would 30,000 Pikachu sell out? Probably not. Not with the users that we have right now. But they would, a good dent of that, would be brought in. Garter says, I'm noticing the engagement in VeVe seems to be rising. I see that as well on X. Says, I got a post that got 1,700 views about VeVe when normally they range around 500. Dude, 2 of my posts the last few days have been over 10,000 impressions. Now, granted, one of those posts was with Ben Rose. Between YouTube and X, I might get 1,500 views, give or take. I had 1,800 people watching at once when I had Pags and Ben on, and that video in general got over 6,000 views, maybe like 6,500, almost 7K views. And Ben wasn't even in the freaking title. This wasn't supposed to happen. It just happened randomly. If I were to go in and like have him on for or whatever. Now, granted, I was also streaming for 5 hours. Yeah, it's pretty clear that the attention is starting to trickle in. Does it continue to trickle in? I would say so, but there's a chance that maybe it doesn't. Ryan Chia saying Daniel Crothers, VeVe co-CEO. Ben's doing a laugh at that. I don't know why he's laughing, because so be advised, Venkatesh had gone on and said that they have more VeVe people that work for VeVe. They're coming, so maybe Ben's character will be able to fight Dan's character. That'll be fun. Wes says, what is the reason for Dr. Rose having 30,000 Pokemon cards? Well, 1, he likes to collect. 2, he likes he likes to go in and have multiple. Like, you can have multiples of. Well, you have multiples of whatever you want, but if the more EX cards you have, generally the better you can do in these battles. And also, he has them because he likes them. He wants to trade. He wants to have, like, again, for Pokemon, you want to be the very best, like no one ever was. And in order to do that, like, how do you sell 1,000 dresses? Well, you have to have 1,000 dresses to sell. It's fun. Jason Payne says, how does VeVe match Pokemon Pocket's debut of 200 million? Yes, we can. I mean, that's also over a month, but that's also from Pokemon in general. That would be amazing if they could do, like, this would never happen, but that'd be amazing. It'd be like, okay, let's say they raise money as well. Be like, well, normally we have you sign something where you pay to be on VeVe, whatever it is, and then it's like, but for you, we'll waive that fee. Come buy a part of us. Come buy 5% of the company. That would be awesome. If not only we could get Pokemon on our platform, but if the Pokemon company, Nintendo, Game Freak, whatever, were to be able to buy like 5% of us, then they're heavily incentivized to go in. Dude. Oh my God, that would be insane. Then they're heavily incentivized. Okay, we'll take care of the cards. And then on VeVe, you guys take care of the 3D digital stuff that we didn't even think to do, because obviously the cards are the biggest thing. Yeah, that would be awesome. And then to kill two birds with one stone, raise money while getting Pokemon, that would be a dream. So I would go all in on Ness from Earthbound, one of my first Super Nintendo games. I beat it as a kid. First appearance Chrono from Chrono Trigger would be fire too. I mean, anything that's on my arm. I didn't even mention like Yoshi or Kirby. I don't think I think I mentioned Donkey Kong. It'd be insane. Back from office, 7:30 tomorrow. I'm tomorrow works. Okay. Pinkman, this is Randy. No offense. New collectors that come to VeVe will care less about some VeVe logo. They'll come for Spider-Man, Walt, Todd, Batman, Deadpool community will mean nothing. Oh yeah, no, agreed. That's what they'll come. Like most people are not going to know what's the VeVe logo. They'll look at it and just scroll right past it because they're not going to know. But Superman has 8,800 mints. Spider-Man, even if you don't want the secret rare, if you can't afford the secret rare because it's going to be so high, you can get. There's multiple Spider-Man to get, and you can get one that's there's a lesser version of it. Todd Batman, obviously, it's going to be something that's going to be in the thousands of dollars. People will want it. Might even reach 10,000 again. But there's 7,500 of those. You don't go and get the VeVe gold and silver logo because it's 1 of 500. I mean, it is 1 of 500. It is rare. It is scarce. Not that scarce. It's rare. You don't get that because you bleed blue and gold and silver that you want to get it because of that. It's really cool. Like it is cool. Don't get me wrong. It's cool collectible, cool color scheme, gold, silver, great. But you get it for the utility. You get it because one, it's a gift that keeps on giving. You get multiple collectibles from that every year. You get it because you get access to certain parties. You can get FaceTime with the owners of the company, and then the network that's in there. Again, there's celebrities in there. There's politicians in there. There's people that are ultra high net worth individuals. And if you want to rub shoulders with them, you have to get one of those. And even if you yourself don't want to go in and be like, I don't care about parties, I don't care about this. Most people are smart enough to know that others will. And that one day that you'll be able to buy this for $5K right now, and you'll likely be able to sell it for 30 or 50K, even just 1 year down the line. Since we were dreaming, Mario, Pikachu. Oh, girl. Oh, dude, I had both of those. I had all 4 of those. The Mario Pikachu full art, the Luigi Pikachu full art, the Mario Pikachu not full art, and the Luigi Pikachu not full art. I had all 4 PSA 10. Was the Super Mario CR 88 written? I mean, if you have like a special edition, like the Evolvables one, and you have like you could have an 8-bit Mario, you could have normal Mario, you could have big Mario, you could have Mario with the the white, with the flower power. Which you could have Mario with Cappy. There's so many different iterations of Mario. You could have his dad. You could have Jumpman. I mean, the entire Nintendo family tree is an incredibly complex piece of work, and there's so much that could be done with that. If we ever get them, I need to tell them, like, guys, I'm about to autist dump 13 hours of knowledge on you. It's like, do you know this is related? Princess Peach is really Rosalina's mom. Do you know that the dad isn't actually Mario? It's actually Luigi. Do you know that Pauline is Mario Bros' mom? Do you know that the original Mario is not Mario? That's actually his dad. Is Jumpman. That it's wild. The princess, it's Pauline was the first one, and then there's Princess Peach. Then you have Daisy. Like it's insane. And that's just in like certain Mario Bros. There's Donkey Kong stuff. There's Diddy. It's bananas. Jason Pena, thank you for being there. Says, well, first appearance Mario, end discussion. Right up, dude. First appearance Mario. Especially if that, dude. Mario 88 editions would break something. It would just, I can't find anymore. My back is destroyed, but I don't know what I'd do. I'd go insane. I shudder the thought, but if Nintendo, Pokemon launch their own NFT marketplace, will you invest? It depends how they do it, but yeah, sure, I'd like to. Says, I was selling the app to a friend of mine, a high net worth individual. He was interested in Spider-Man, Batman, and others. I showed him VeVe logo. Is like VeVe logo. Why move on what else? If you could retype that last sentence, let me know. But yeah, obviously you're going to be interested in Spider-Man, Batman, Superman, and all that, and then why is there so many messages? Yeah, if you don't know the VeVe app, if you don't know the company, if you don't know the utility, like VeVe logo is not going to be pretty meaningless to you. But you go in and have them do the research. Like, oh, okay, I get it now. Microsoft joined Germany infamy of biggest Bitcoin regrets. Yeah, they generational fumbles. Can your username make me what? Let me know. Hey, last round of VeVe didn't have cash out. Thank you for super chat. I want to tell how much will cash out benefit VeVe. Again, it's really hard to say. But I think now that there's no like, oh, when cash out, people freely just give them money. Just give them like, okay, we have no problem. Because again, last time I had a couple of friends, high net worth individuals that did not want to put any money on the app until they had cash out. So, happens. Numbers. How do I buy Definity, Randy? So you can go on and just on Uniswap, on MEXC, or on Coinbase Wallet. You can swap Ethereum for DEFX, and then Pancake Swap as well. But I think you need USDT for that. Yeah. Dogboy said picking up Castiel tomorrow. Oh my God! Send photos. Send photos. What up, Ben? My man, my friendo, my bae, my fella. Love you. All right, Blues. Hey, Randy. Followed your channel since the start, but unlike your good self, I cashed out before the crash. I never thought I'd get back into OMI, but I just bought a bag after your videos. Oh, well, meow, meow, meow. Welcome back. But on to the thumbs. Hi, Ben Rose. Meow. The Cat Studio says the cat in the house. The cat in the house. We got Ben in the house. Ginferno saying howdy. 500 people here. It's a good time. Matt John says, what up, Randy? How you doing, good brother? Thank you for being a member. And how high do you think Definity can go? Dude, well, I was talking about this at like a $6 million market cap. But Definity's now like a $9 million market cap. Maybe a little bit less now. Maybe like 8. It's like 8.7 million. But dude, I'm what is it now? 5 cents? At $5, I'll probably have like less than half the amount of Definity, but I think it goes to $5 pretty easily. I think it goes to $1 very easily. I think you could potentially see this at like $40. It's 1,000x from where it was last week. But or it never gets past $1. Something happens where like and I'm very, very excited on where this can go. Where this can go though. I'd say several dollars, a couple to several dollars next year. Long term, anyone's guess. Dirk Latte, what's going on? Says getting another 12 million OMI at 0005. Goes back lower to 0003 and buying more. Don't care. 2025, we will see. Agreed. We will see. Hi there, Hayes. Hey, Randy. I have 100 million OMI, but my average is at double to 03. Same. You're kind of the same boat. An extra 100 million, of course. How are you feeling overall? Took a break from socials. Catch me up. I'm much more excited about OMI now than I was probably at any other time, just because I can get it so cheap. I'm actively trying to buy more. If I can get more, we'll see. We'll see. Took a break from socials. Yeah, I love all this stuff. How are you feeling overall? I'm feeling good. I'm still trying to buy more. But again, I've been dollar cost averaging for years. If I can get more, I can get more. If I can't, oh well. We'll see. Jose A says I would buy 10 Pikachus. Me too. That's what it says. Does VeVe ask you to change your username to be highlighted? They haven't asked me to do anything. Is that a thing? Let me know. Let me take a picture of this, and then we shall see. Take a picture. 510 people out of here. No, nice. Either Harry says your Joker line call out was everything. Please do it again. No, I'm not. I'm not. Hope that helped. Foge says, so does the top 5% include the total or minus what VeVe takes? Example, 8,800 of Superman. That's 0.05, 444. And top 5%. I don't know. I have no idea. That is a good question. I'm gonna have to ask. I'll ask that as well. But now I have to get a. Oh, I hope you're. Love seeing you create posts. Would have been thrilled to feature some. Oh, okay. So mass murders. Yeah. Does VeVe for your name? Yes, because mass murders is like I don't know where you're from or if murders means anything else in any other country, but in the U.S., mass murders refer a lot of times refers to like mass shootings, mass pew pew pews, just mass death. And I guess VeVe, be advised, VeVe had deleted a picture that I posted 2 years ago from DragonCon 2022 because it was like too much cleavage. Like, so I had Ursula from the Disney villains, and there was an Ursula over in the party that I was at, and I took a picture with her and the collectible, and she was showing a lot of booby. And VeVe's like, nope, it was inappropriate. They took it down. So like, okay. They are pretty strict when it comes to certain things. So having a thing that says mass murders, I understand why they're asking. Yeah. The first available. Yeah. So just pick if you want to pick out a different username to have your stuff highlighted. Then yeah. But that is. I'm glad we could talk about that. Then says Pink Panther, not at first, but hey, we'll learn. Meow meow. John M says, if you have $5,000 to spend, where do you spend it? Like right now? Right meow? Omi, Flow, Alluvium. Debbie's up like 4x from the bottom, so maybe not that right now. And then Definity. Definity typically trades between 3 cents and like 6 cents. But I would say Flow. I would say Omi and then Alluvium for me. But then if you have honestly probably if I have any one thing, it would just be Omi. But if you're talking about on the app, I don't have a secret rare Spider-Man Noir, so I would take that. I do not have a Ghost Rider as well. Ghost Rider's like, was it 600? Hold on. X out of you, X out of you. Let's see what the Ghost Rider is looking like. I just had an intense deja vu. I don't know where that came from. But Ghost Rider for the Marvel Mighties, I feel like it is a $700. If it'll freaking load, I will tell y'all. Oh my God, what the heck? The heck? Okay, let me X out of that. Let me type it in again. Ooh, I misspelled ghost. It did not show up. Okay, GHOST. Why am I fat finger? Dude, I feel like my fingers are very fat. And I fat finger a lot of stuff. 669.69. So $669.69. I might get one of those as well. If I were to have like $5,000. NFT Pirates says, looking good, brother. Amazing to see you as always. Smashing. I love you, man. Gotta come back on the podcast soon. Miss you. Up to Winkick saying, will we be able to sell comics for Omi on Stacker? Certain comics probably. Yeah, certain comics probably. Marvel, not sure yet. Fogue like Rogue. No, I'm joking. Fogue like Rogue. That's cool. I like saying Fogue, but I'll call you the Fogue as Rogue. Anyway, that's it for me. Everyone, please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. Thank you so much for the super chats. How's everybody, Dashi? What's the thing of an outro song? Everybody wants to be a master. Everybody wants to show their skills. Everybody wants to get there faster. Make the way to the top of the hills. Each time you cry, I'm gonna get just a little bit better each day.